Hi everyone, my name is Kyle Jarbo, and today I have a proposal for you about Wi-Fi through MiFi. In today's meeting, we're going to go over what our current situation is, what methods we could use to remedy that issue, what I found to be the best solution, and the benefits and risks of that solution. So we've all seen this guy, right? Every time you go to open up the internet, you don't actually have internet, and this guy comes up and it says, no internet connection. So, most annoying thing in the world. Well, Coast Guard's no different. We still experience this on days. And with the proposal I have for you today, I'm hoping that we can make this a thing of the past. So our current situation right now is that we don't have a solid way to connect our standalone computers, which are computers that aren't actually connected to the Coast Guard network. We have no way of actually connecting these to an internet source. There have been numerous occasions where simply having a way to connect to the internet on our standalones to fix a user's issue would have saved time and ultimately money. We currently guess that what software updates we need and what drivers we may need before we hit the road to see these people. We have to get them from the Coast Guard network, download them to a hard drive, and then transfer them over to our standalone workstations. And sometimes we don't actually have what we need, and we don't know that until we get there. For any of the solutions I mentioned to work, they would need to be able to provide internet access to our standalones so that we can do necessary downloads and software updates. Here I have a list of options that could potentially solve our no internet issue. While the first option of using IT technicians' personal cell phones to produce a MiFi hotspot is possible, the Coast Guard doesn't pay for our personal cell phones, and not all cell phone plans actually have MiFi hotspot capabilities, leading us to have to buy additional plans on our phones, and like I said, the Coast Guard doesn't pay for that, so it really hurts the member. Another option I have is a Wi-Fi or modem for the shop. This is great and all because it does give us Wi-Fi. However, it's a solitary object. We can't move around with it. So my last option was a MiFi hotspot. With one of these guys, we would be able to bring it to different job sites around the AOR to help us gain access to the internet while underway. I think the strategic option would have to be the Verizon Jetpack MiFi. The reason being is because it turns cellular data into Wi-Fi data, making for faster speeds. On the top picture, you can see roughly what our AOR is, and our AOR is our area of responsibility. The bottom picture shows what Verizon actually covers. That being said, you can clearly see that all of our AOR would be covered under Verizon's cell towers. This grants us the fastest speeds of internet that we could possibly get. The reason that this is great is because we are able to add it to our current plan through Verizon that we have for our duty IT phone. And like I mentioned before, it's portable. So we can bring anywhere there's a cell signal, we can get Wi-Fi data. The risks of this option are the fact that it is a little pricey. Starting cost is either $200 up front or about $9 a month for 24 months for just the device. And to add it to our plan, it would be about $30 a month. Some other issues that we might run into is abuse. Because these things are not the most secure thing in the world, members could potentially use it to gain internet access on their phones, to surf the web in unprofessional manners. We would have to implement ways to prohibit that from happening. Another issue I brought up was neglect, because of the fact that you make mistakes, and sometimes you forget a tool or, certain job aids on how to correct an issue. Well, this device would be no different than that kind of equipment. With that being said, we could either forget it at the shop or, worse come to worse, leave it at the unit that we went to go work on and then have to make a second trip out there. As you saw from the previous picture of our AOR, that can be about 2 hours north or south of our central location, so an extra 4 hours of driving would not be beneficial to us. My final recommendation would have to be the MiFi hotspot. It's going to be a multi-step process due to the chain of command. Firstly, we must obtain a final estimate of how much it will cost for us to add the device and plan to our pre-existing plan from Verizon. Next, we would have to check with the funding officer to see if the addition is feasible within the budget. And if it is feasible, the next step would be to present this proposal to my local command, who would either approve or deny it and pass it up to Miami Beach. And if East Miami Beach signs off on it, then we could go about actually procuring the MiFi hotspot. And for my highlighted references, I have Verizon is where I got most of this information. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I hope to hear back from you. Thanks. Goodbye.